Tonight, you'll probably eat something sweet, maybe dessert, maybe a sip of soda. You won't think about it. Your brain will light up the same way it has 1,000 times before. But for almost the entire history of your species, that moment never happened. Sugar, the way you know it, did not exist. The food your ancestors ate to survive looked nothing like what's on your plate right now. Your body still thinks it's living in that older world. Every craving you have today is a memory of a hunger that used to mean survival. To understand why you eat the way you do, you have to go back, way back, before farms, before fire even. What did early humans actually eat? Not the campfire myth of a caveman gnawing on mammoth meat. The real answer is far more interesting. For most of human evolution, your ancestors were opportunists. Roots, tubers, leaves, insects. Fruit when in season, which wasn't often. Meat when a hunt succeeded, which also wasn't often. There was no backup plan. If the hunt failed, dinner was whatever could be dug out of the ground. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham studied this problem closely, and his work reframes everything. He argued raw food alone could not have powered the human brain, an organ that burns energy at a staggering rate. Wrangham's research suggests cooking food unlocked enough extra calories for a bigger, sharper brain to evolve at all. Fire didn't just keep early humans warm, it may have built the organ you're using to understand this sentence right now. So fire mattered. But what was actually being thrown onto it? For years, scientists assumed meat was the centerpiece of the ancient diet. But field research tells a quieter story. Primatologist Catherine Milton studied wild primate diets for decades, and her work pointed to something simpler. Plants did most of the heavy lifting. Roots and tubers may have been one of the most reliable calorie sources our ancestors had. They didn't run away. You just had to dig, not dramatic. But dramatic isn't what kept a species alive for 2 million years. Reliable is. Sugar specifically was almost non-existent. The only sweetness your ancestors regularly found came from wild fruit. And wild fruit wasn't like the fruit in your grocery store. Modern fruit has been bred for centuries to be larger and sweeter. Wild fruit was smaller, tougher, far less sweet. Finding one ripe was closer to winning a small lottery than a daily certainty. That's important because your brain doesn't know the difference between then and now. It still reacts to sugar with the same ancient circuitry. Thousands of years ago, a burst of sweetness meant a rare nutritional jackpot. The brain rewarded that moment hard, flooding the body with a signal that said, "Remember this, find more." That system kept your ancestors alive when sweet food was scarce. The problem is that circuitry never updated. Sugar used to be rare. Now it's everywhere. A reward system built for a once-a-month treat now fires every single day because the environment flooded the signal without changing the wiring behind it. Researchers studying ancient teeth back this up. Wear patterns in fossilized enamel let scientists estimate what early humans actually chewed, and the results consistently point toward diets heavy in tough plant fibers, not soft, sugar-rich foods. Often, ancestors didn't get quite enough, and that shaped human biology just as powerfully as any single food. Seasonal famine wasn't rare. For much of history, it was expected. This is part of why human bodies are so efficient at storing fat, a likely response to feast and famine, not steady abundance. Think about the last time you craved something sweet, even when you weren't truly hungry. That feeling isn't a flaw. It's an inheritance, a signal built for a world where calories were scarce and worth chasing the moment they appeared. But you don't live in that world anymore. The signal still fires exactly as strongly, even though the scarcity it was designed for is gone. Every grocery aisle is a version of the rare jackpot your ancestors occasionally stumbled into, except now it's stocked all day. Cravings aren't random glitches. They're ancient survival tools responding to a world that no longer matches their purpose. Understanding that doesn't mean fighting your biology. It means recognizing the gap between the environment your body expects and the one it lives in. So tonight, when you reach for something sweet without thinking, you're activating circuitry built across millions of years, shaped by scarcity, never updated for an era of abundance. The taste hasn't changed. The meaning has. Your ancestors didn't choose sugar. They almost never got the chance to. You do, every single day, often without noticing. Maybe that's the real difference between their world and yours. Not what's on the plate, but how rarely they ever had the choice at all.